hear it.
She's going to yell at you.
Oh, yeah.
Rim Country Forum today being brought to you by the good folks at the Dana Law Group. Also, Sunshine Cleaning and Restoration. At Your Service Cleaning and Tree Service. Hospitality Wireless. Dan Good Flooring. Anytime Fitness. Choice Auto and Truck. And Holiday Cruises and Tours. Ah, yes. Got it in there just in time. It's Friday morning. And as we like to do on Fridays, we're starting out this morning talking to your hometown movie guys, minus Andy, who couldn't be with us because he's out saving the world. But nonetheless, here in the studio, we have with us Tina and Craig telling us about everything going on at the Sawmill theaters, and there's a lot going on. You're keeping you all busy down there.
Yes, we're trying.
Yeah. Yes. I've had people tell me you're very trying, actually. No, but you have something special going on. First of all, I want to talk about this next Monday. One-time showing only on Monday, February 12th, or February 10th rather, at 1 p.m. You can get in for just $5 to see Phantom of the Opera at the Albert Hall. This is actually a film of the actual stage presentation.
The stage production this is with the full orchestra.
Wow.
In front of a live audience. It looks really cool. If you go to our website, I got a clip on there of one of the songs. It looks really neat.
I'm glad it's in front of a live audience too. That a lot because when they're in front of dead audiences, I mean, it's just so depressing.
I put this on and kind of checked it out, and on the big screen it looks really great, and the sound and everything is solid on it.
Right. We're only 6 minutes into the show and the phone's ringing. I'm kind of thinking I might know who's on the phone here.
Oh, you think?
Good morning. You're on Rim Country Forum. Okay, one's a pit bull, and what's the other one? A Rottweiler. And this is on East or West Phoenix Street? East Phoenix Street. So, and again, they're still out there on the loose, right? All right, so if you have a pit bull and a Rottweiler mix, and you think they might be out, hey, you need to get on down there to the East Phoenix Street area because you need to get those picked up before somebody, hits them with a car or something like that, or something else bad happens. So thanks for the update, appreciate it. And matter of fact, all of our KMOG Pet Patrols brought to you by the good, the bad, and the ugly. Brought to you by the good folks out at Star Valley Veterinary Clinic, and they're always working on reuniting pets with their owners. And trying to get my brain squeezed back into my ear here again. All right, so we talked about Phantom of the Opera, the stage presentation, being shown one time only next Monday, 1 p.m. I think that's actually going to be kind of a kick to see.
Hey, I got a new one too.
Oh,
just came up with yesterday. Valentine's Day is Friday.
Right.
So we're going to do a Valentine's Day special. I'm going to play The Princess Bride
at
7 o'clock on Friday night, and we're doing a $20 special for couples. $20 you get in to see the movie, and you get a large popcorn and 2 large drinks.
Wow.
And then single tickets $5 also.
Okay.
But a $20 couple special on that one.
Large popcorn, 2 large drinks.
And The Princess Bride.
Gotta love it.
Yes.
And again, that's for next Friday night, week from tonight. For
Yes,
Valentine's
we're
Day.
trying to get that as a classic movie, so we got it.
There you go.
And kudos to Craig. I mean, he is making our Payson Theater into almost like a little mini film festival.
I love it.
It's so cool. We are way cool.
Yeah. Whether you think so or not.
Oh, yeah, I do.
All right, 8 minutes past the hour. Now, one of the other movies that actually is getting some pretty interesting reviews that is playing at the Sawmill theaters. It's rated R. It plays at 1:15, 4:15, and 7:15. It's called Birds of Prey. After splitting with the Joker, Harley Quinn joins superheroes Black Canary, Huntress, and Renee Montoya to save a young girl from an evil crime lord. What do we know about this one so far?
Yeah, I got to watch a little bit of this yesterday. It is rated R. Mostly language. It's a lot of people getting beat up. But this is Harley Quinn. This is kind of a sequel to...
Not to be confused with Harlequin romances.
Harlequin. That's where it comes from?
Yeah,
Harley Quinn.
There's not a lot of romance in this one, though, I think. Or is there?
No, not really.
Yeah.
This is more of a breakup story, where she breaks up with the Joker and
breaks up with everybody else.
Has to make her own way.
Right.
You know what? It is fun though. I said, I mean, there's a lot of violence and language in it, but
it's fun violence.
There's comedy mixed into it too, and
Right.
it's just kind of this drunken Harley Quinn running around causing chaos. But it's Margot Robbie, Ewan McGregor's in this one too.
Wow.
Yeah, got a great cast going on this, and you know, it's kind of in that superhero type category.
Wow, very interesting. And again, that plays at 1:15, 4:15, and 7:15. But wait, there's more. Back by popular demand, if you were thinking to yourself, I'm really bummed because I wanted to see Ford versus Ferrari when it was here in the theater before. Well, not to worry, it's here again.
And you should see it.
And
Yeah, because it's so very, very good.
you liked it.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I love
Why,
fast cars.
why did you like this one?
Well, first of all, because it is more or less a true story,
Right.
and it really shows the you know, the tenacity of you know, these guys, and it's just, you know, there's nothing politically correct about it. It is just
I
a
love that.
wonderful story, and fast cars, and how the Americans kind of take on, you know, the Italians, which
Right.
you know, always makes me happy.
Well, based on a true story, American car designer Carroll Shelby and driver Ken Miles built a revolutionary race car for Ford and challenged Ferrari at Le Mans back in 1966.
Yes.
Now, this has had 4 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture. It's rated PG-13, placed at 1, 4, and 7. And I'm glad you got this one back in there again.
Yeah, well, just in time for the Academy Awards on
Right.
Sunday night, and
Yep.
yeah, the other one too. This one, the sound too, I think is
Oh,
important on this. You know,
it's
those cars
awesome.
on the big screen and with
Right.
the sound
Yeah.
system, it sounds really cool.
It just, if you can position yourself in the theater so you're right in the middle and you've got your, you know, the peripheral vision is taken care of and you've got the sound, I mean, there's nothing better.
Wow.
It's great.
Very interesting. Again, plays at 1, 4, and 7. And then in a bit of a contrast to that, another movie playing at 1, 4, and 7, rated R, is The Gentleman. A British drug lord tries to sell off his highly profitable empire to a dynasty of Oklahoma billionaires. That's,
It's Guy Ritchie.
I'm not sure I've
You
ever
know,
even heard
it's-
the words Oklahoma and billionaire in the same sentence
Oh,
before.
come on, man. You think about the oil, but I mean, oh, it's great.
Right.
Andy and I loved it. And it is Guy Ritchie. It's raw, it's unexpected, there's violence, there's raw language. I'm kind of a guilty Guy Ritchie fan because it's kind of like being a Quentin Tarantino fan, which I am as well. It really, it's quirky, it's just great. I think everybody, well, you know, it's art, so not everybody should see it. Just big, you know, grown-up people should see it.
Yeah, if you don't like the language and
Yeah.
and violence, probably stay away from this one.
Right.
It is.
There's a lot of
Yeah, this
potty
was-
mouth.
yeah, well, remember Snatch?
Yes.
Right.
You know, with Brad Pitt. You know,
Yes,
as a
and
gypsy.
Lock, Stock, and Two
Like
Smoking
sort of-
Barrels.
Yes, yeah, some
Oh,
of these.
yeah,
So if you've seen those, this is kind of more of the same
Yeah.
along that line.
Wow.
yeah,
It's yeah, they are fun.
yeah, they're
So
really good.
how's this been doing in the box office?
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we don't have our number guy here.
Yeah, Andy's not with us today, sadly.
It's doing okay numbers, nothing great here.
Right. Well, as we mentioned, you know, The Gentleman is playing, and as we mentioned before, that Ford versus Ferrari has 4 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture. Another film playing at the Sawmill theaters this week has 10 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture, and that's the movie 1917. Movie about 2 young British privates during World War I that must deliver a message deep in enemy territory that will stop 1,600 men from walking straight into a deadly trap. Now, this is rated R, plays at 1:15, 4:15, and 7:15. And I'm assuming the R rating is because when you're dealing with you know, battlefields, there's probably some blood, guts, and gore, not to mention some potty mouth as well.
Sure.
Yeah, but I love this movie.
Really?
You know, and Andy and I both agreed. This is.
You're
this
just
is-
really coming out with a lot of guilty pleasures today. So we're getting to know.
I don't feel guilty
We're
about
getting
this
to know
one. I
you a
really
lot
like
better.
I don't feel guilty about liking this one. I think this one is just so poignant and such a view of war with all of the accidental coincidences that happen.
Right.
It's really well done.
Wow, very
Yeah.
interesting.
And it's all one shot.
And
You
again,
know, and it's allegedly all one shot, although I'm convinced there are a couple of cuts.
still, I mean,
Pretty
even,
good.
even if there was 3 cuts, I
Yeah,
mean, how do you do a whole movie?
Yeah.
I mean, that boggles both
It-
of my existing brain cells.
It is. The camera work is extraordinary.
Wow. Speaking of extraordinary, it's time for an extraordinary phone call at 14 minutes past the hour. Hi, you're on Rim Country Forum. Good morning. Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you tell us about it, and we'll just do our best to try and help you out right now. How's that sound? All right, Samuel, we appreciate it very much, and we'll do our best to get the word out for you, all right? My pleasure. And you too, thank you. All right, so again, Samuel Lester offering a $100 reward for a couple of hunting dogs that were lost out in the young area. One's a saddleback black and tan. The other is a red bone hound with a cropped tail. Both males, and they're young. And he'll offer $100 if you know where he can find them. These were lost out in the Pleasant Valley area. The number to call to talk to Samuel about it is 928-970-2871. That's 928-970-2871. And call Samuel Lester. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and talk more with our hometown movie guys. Also coming up later in the hour, Jesse Keenan is going to be with us from Semper Fi, HVAC. Got some interesting information about heating, ventilation, and cooling systems for your home coming up in the next half hour. So stick around, lots more to come on Rib Country Forum.
Are you tired of your unreliable?
Yeah, let's talk HVAC. That ought to be about as boring as watching paint dry.
Stop that.
Oh,
Can't-
sorry. It'll be exciting.
Yeah,
Where's my pen?
We got dogs gone wild today, huh?
I'll tell you.
That was it, yeah.
The two dogs lost, the two dogs lost, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Running all over the place.
So,
Different neighborhoods.
Right through the airwaves, right to your home or business with
Two loose and two lost.
truly unlimited data.
all right, so we still need to talk about Doolittle and Bad Boys,
Hospitality Wireless even does
and then whatever else.
Oscars.
Oscars, and that's, what is
Sunday.
it? Sunday? So let's
Hospitality Wireless.
talk about maybe your choices for,
Well,
if they came to you for your opinion,
Mention we lost Kirk Douglas.
that's right.
Yes, we did.
After what, 150 years or something like that?
103,
Yeah,
yeah, not far off, yeah.
Yeah.
And he actually, in all seriousness, the weird thing, not weird, but remarkable thing was, is he had a pretty major stroke like over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And
He
he's,
kept
and,
working.
and he's still, you know, even though his speech and everything was affected, he still, you know, got after it. That was impressive.
For only $46,999. We also
And,
have
it'd be
2019
interesting to see if they
Ram
do
2500
something
Cummins
special on the
diesel
Oscars, or if they even have time to get it going,
true
or
that, yeah.
drive for only
I think they'll mention it.
$46,999. That's choice on one truck.
royalty, you
Beeline
know, I think they're.
Yeah, he's kind of the last.
And don't forget, see us on the
How
web.
many are there?
Choice Auto.
Yeah, but it's-
Era.
His daughter-in-law is a true hottie in my world.
Oh, yeah.
She's someone.
Lost of the golden age.
A
Hi,
walk
this
of
is
water.
Sarah Wallace with Holiday Cruises and Tours.
But
Your
yeah, there's,
only local
I give her 5
full-time
stars.
expert.
you know,
I'd
there's
love
Clint
to
Eastwood's,
help my
what,
clients fulfill their
83 or
travel dreams.
84
And
now?
with over 22
Yeah,
years of
he's
experience,
kind
I
of
have the
the-
contacts and the knowledge that
we're
will make
really-
the
They're
difference
not
between a
talking
good
to him right
vacation
now.
and a great one. Call me today at
All right, here we go, 7
978-1888. Alana Wallace, giving you great service and the best
me.
value for your vacation dollars.
Welcome back, 19 minutes past 9 o'clock, 38 degrees, talking with your hometown movie guys in our first half hour this morning on Rim Country Forum. As we mentioned, one showing only on Monday of Phantom of the Opera, and it's a film of the actual stage presentation in front of a live audience. You can see it Monday at 1 p.m. for just $5 at the Sawmill Theaters. Also playing this week, Birds of Prey, Ford versus Ferrari. We talked about The Gentleman, we talked about the movie 1917, and that's up for 10 Oscars, including Best Picture. But also, two other movies that are playing at the Sawmill theaters that you can check out this week. One that's rated PG, a good one to take the kids to. It's about a physician who discovers that he can talk to animals, and they talk back. It's Doolittle. And Doolittle has been kind of, nationally speaking, has been doing little at the box office, but how's it been doing locally?
Not too bad. Yeah, this is one that the critics really tore into this movie.
Right.
And it
Don't
hurt it.
credit.
I think it hurt it.
Right.
But yeah, everyone who has seen it enjoyed it. I mean, it's not, it is. It's Robert Downey Jr.
Right.
Lots of talking animals, rated PG. It's a good one for the kids, good one for the family.
There you go. So check that out. Again, it plays at 1, 4, and 7. Also, on the other side of the spectrum, Bad Boys for Life. The Bad Boys are back together for one last ride. This is rated R, plays rather at 1:15, 4:15, and 7:15. And Tina, have you seen this one?
No,
Don't.
no, I mean, I've seen a lot of them, but I have not seen this one.
How many?
This is the third.
This is the third
one,
installment.
Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, yeah.
Right.
Right.
It's been a little bit of a surprise, I think. It's been #1 in the country for 3 weeks now.
Really?
Yes.
And they weren't really expecting it to be that popular, huh?
Well, I think they were expecting something out of it, but yeah, I think it's probably exceeded expectations.
Wow.
So it's just doing very well.
So support your local theater and go out and check that out. Again, it plays at 1:15, 4:15, and 7:15. And Bad Boys rated R. Now, we've only got about 9 minutes left here, so we want to talk a little bit about the Academy Awards, the Oscars, that's going on this Sunday. And, there's, it's always interesting there's so many different movies that are nominated for Academy Awards and stuff. And Tina, is there one in particular when it comes to like the best movie of the year that you think, if they came to you to get your opinion, well, who would you vote for?
Well, I haven't seen all of them. Usually, I would see all of the Best Picture. I mean, that was back in the old days when I actually watched the Oscars. But they have 1917, Ford versus Ferrari, Joker, Once Upon a Time in the West, is it?
Hollywood.
In Hollywood, I'm
Once Upon a
sorry.
Time in Hollywood.
And I loved 1917, I loved Ford versus Ferrari, I love Once Upon a Time. However, some of the other ones, I haven't yet seen The Irishman. That happens to be on Netflix. I'd rather go to the theater and see it, but.
That was a strange thing where
Yeah.
it went almost directly right out to Netflix, but that's kind of a new way of marketing that.
It's weird, yeah,
Yes, they're
yeah.
kind of a little bit of a switch up there.
Right.
And
that's,
then,
I think The Irishman is probably the favorite going into it.
It could be.
Now, I've
And
heard an
Mark-
awful lot of good things about the Joker, though, too.
Yes.
And I've not
yes.
seen that movie. The one thing that puzzled me is I've heard so many rave reviews of the Joker, but it seems like everybody is saying that, man, it took me like 24 hours to recover because it was such an emotional, dark tunnel kind of thing that you go through that it just took a while to kind of recover from that.
Right, and I did not see it. I mean, I thought that I should, I kept thinking that I
Yes.
should, but I didn't.
It was, I mean, the Joker, so it is kind of a, in the DC universe,
Right.
superheroes and stuff, but it was really more about, mental health and how this guy deteriorated into a psychotic killer.
Right.
And Joaquin Phoenix, I think he is a favorite for Best Actor on that.
Really?
He did a great job on that. It was
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah,
We're gonna need to
I
see
mean,
that.
he really is
Yeah.
stunningly talented.
It's one of those, he lost, I think, 50 pounds for the role. I mean, he's.
He was pretty emaciated, actually.
He looks terrible.
Right.
But to, pull this role off, and I think he deserves it.
Right. Wow, very interesting. And so, as far as Best Picture, what do you think, Craig? Is there one in particular that stands out above the rest?
You know what? Honestly, no. I don't really see I say I've not seen The Irishman. It is a Netflix thing. It's 3 hours long. I mean, we're talking Martin Scorsese and a great cast. Al Pacino and Joe Pesci. It's.
So the Academy of Arts and Sciences come to you today and says, you have to make a decision right now, what's the best movie of the year? And they're holding a gun to your head.
Oh, Joker.
Okay, good. I knew we'd get to an answer.
Ford versus Ferrari, okay. Or 1917.
Or 1917. You really like that,
I really did,
1917.
I like both of them.
Not The Irishman. I don't like that they kind of bypass the theaters on that.
Yeah.
And it's a trend that I don't like
Right.
as a theater person.
Well, I mean, there's something to be said for, to me, I mean, when it's a really good movie, I want to go to the theater and see it on the big screen with the great
Exactly.
sound system and you know, with a big bucket of popcorn and something cold to
Yeah,
drink.
you know, but they're, like I said, it's kind of looking like the future here, is they're going to all these streaming services, you know, everyone has their own streaming service now, and,
Right.
and these big actors are going too. You know, we're talking about Christian Bale, that he might be in, what's it called, Thor, Love and Thunder. It's a Disney Plus, but it's you know, a streaming, on their streaming service.
Wow.
But Christian Bale might go in there and be a villain in that. So they're pulling in these big name actors. I mean, you know, Netflix has the money. They're making just a ton of cash, and they can afford these guys.
So, I mean, what would the, I don't understand where the benefit is to them by not going, you know, by trying to sidestep the theaters. I mean,
Well, they have to have it in the theater, how much time? There's like a little short window in order to qualify,
Yeah.
is that correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
they have to play in, and I think Netflix actually bought a theater in Los Angeles County in order to,
It
in
showed
order to
showed
do
in
that.
one theater.
Yeah, it did play in
of course,
theaters.
we never unlocked the doors, but.
Yeah.
But, well, you know, there's certain rules, you know, the theaters want a 90-day window between the time that a movie comes out and hits theaters. 90 days later, they can put it on DVD and start streaming everything. Well, Netflix, you know, is just bypassing that. And a little bit, you know, I think you're asking why. I mean, Netflix is kind of in competition, you know, with theaters. I mean, they'd rather you stay home and watch Netflix than go out and watch something.
Right.
It seems like both could coexist, but there's a little bit of conflict there.
Well, and the Two Popes is also on Netflix. And that's, you know, a sort of fictionalized version of the story where we have a pope who did not die but who resigned, and now we have the present pope.
Right.
And, you know, a lot of controversy surrounding that situation, also the present pope.
Is that supposed to be getting any
Yeah,
Academy
it's-
Award
it's
nods?
up,
Oh,
it's
really?
up, yeah, and
For,
Anthony Hopkins and Jonathan Pryce, and I believe Jonathan Pryce is up for Best Actor.
wow.
And, you know, people might not recognize his name, but they would definitely recognize what he looks like. And that's on Netflix right now, so over the weekend, maybe I'll make my little feeble effort to watch the Best Oscar movies.
And these actors and stuff are going, you know, and directors too, are going where the money is.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you figure what, Netflix has 1 billion subscribers, paying them $7 a month, you know, you
Right.
do the math on
It's
that.
more than
There's-
that, I
there's-
think it's 14 or something now.
It's a crazy amount of
Jacking
cash.
it up,
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
crazy amount of cash they got coming in, so they
Yeah.
can do this. And like I said, Disney's jumping in now too, and you
Yeah,
got Apple
well-
TV and
Well, I mean, Prime, Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime has their own studio.
Yeah.
Amazon has a
Right.
studio.
Yeah.
They're doing
And
their
they
own
produce
thing.
some good stuff.
They have. I said, you know, the cash is there, so they're attracting, you know, big league talent.
Right.
Right.
Now, as far as the classic movie, which is always on the first Saturday of the month, and that's, we're already past that now for February, but what is it
Yes.
for the first Saturday of March? Have you made a decision?
Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah, we're doing Sleepless in Seattle.
Oh, wow, that'll be
Yay.
interesting.
Yeah, Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. Yeah.
We're coming back into spring, so
Right.
Well, and also
Little
the
romance.
faith-based movie is
on the
the
15th,
15th.
yeah, The
right?
Encounter.
The
That's
Encounter.
15th of this month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a week from tomorrow.
Yeah.
Third Saturday.
And the name of it again is
The Encounter.
The Encounter.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So that's, I think it's neat that you're doing those kind of things too. And how's the faith-based thing, when you're doing those movies, are you attracting a decent sized crowd?
It's done
Oh,
great.
we did
Sure, it's done
great.
great.
Wow.
Well, you know, we did Unplanned
Oh,
in,
Right.
in January, and that was actually the first time I had to put a movie in 2 theaters.
Right. Well, you had people out and walking the streets
Yeah.
after that. I like it. Anyway, so again, a lot of good things playing at the Sawmill Theaters this week.
Oh, just real quick too, you know, speaking of classics and everything, you know, we lost Kirk Douglas.
That's
Oh,
right,
yeah.
103 years old.
103 years old.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I think he passed
That's a
away.
glory, Spartacus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boy, and you know, back in the 50s and 60s, he was a
Oh.
big name.
A
And,
legend,
but you know, he had a stroke here about a little over 20 years ago, and actually, you know, did pretty well considering it was a massive stroke. I mean, he's been around having a good time, and certainly his you know, son is continuing to carry the torch, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But man, talk about a Hollywood icon. dead at 103. We should all be so lucky as to live that
It'd be
long.
interesting to see on the Academy Awards if they.
Yeah,
do
I
that.
bet there'll be some kind of tribute there, yeah.
I'm sure.
Spartacus, man. That was an amazing one. Hey, well, anyway, all kinds of things planned at Sawmill Theaters. The Birds of Prey, Ford versus Ferrari, The Gentleman, 1917, Doolittle, and Bad Boys. You can always find out what's playing and when it's playing by going online to sawmilltheaters.com or call Craig 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 928-595-0876. We have to take a fast break. We'll be back with more after a quick look at today's weather forecast. In our next half hour, going to be talking with Jesse Keenan from Semper Fi Heating and Air Conditioning. We'll find out more about what's going on with them right after that.
Who are red?